Welcome in to DC On Screen episode 171. I am your host, David Z. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hey!
Today we're going to get super spoilery on Arrow 420 Genesis. To recap, Andy lures Diggle out, captures him, tortures him, and lets him get rescued in order to track him to Lilah, who has a chip in her arm that will give Damien Darhk access and control to a bunch of nuclear missiles he can use to destroy the world. Realizing his family will never be safe, mostly because Andy keeps saying it, Diggle kills his brother. Meanwhile, Oliver and Felicity go on a quest to learn magic. Oliver is told he has too much darkness in him, but proves the theory wrong when he focuses on Felicity's voice in his head, and lightens up enough to repel Dark's magic. Also, Thea and Alex take a trip to Genesis, where nothing is real.
All sounds right to me. I want to start by thanking the Arrow writers.
Really?
Yeah.
For killing Andy, finally?
No, even better. The Magical Mystery Tour references. Just thank you guys. Makes me so happy.
No, I did laugh and write that down because I knew you would be happy with that.
Yeah. That was wonderful. And you didn't have to do that for me, but you did anyway, and I appreciate it.
Speaking of things we want to thank the writers for that they didn't have to do. All the references to Constantine.
Oh, yeah. Stop teasing me, dear guys. God.
No, I'm good. Thank you for mentioning... Dude, even when Lilah was talking to Diggle and kept saying Johnny or John, I was like, Constantine! No. That's just Diggle's name. That's Diggle's name.
No, and they, look, finally able to get in touch with Constantine up front. Wonderful.
So we know he's back from hell.
Right. Now, and you get one thing. This may be the last bit we ever get from him. What does he say? Pitch game, first base, mate. See if you're worthy. That may be the last Constantine dialogue we get. Who knows?
I doubt it.
But to me, that counts as Constantine dialogue.
It does.
So help me, you can hear Matt Ryan saying it, can't you?
I love Oliver doing his little impersonation.
Oh, that was good, too.
I love Damien Darhk. He's saying, I've had a lot of time to reflect in prison, mostly about religion and bunt cake.
Yeah.
I love that he killed those people, too. I love Damien just killing the people who were on that board.
Yeah, of course. He has the one important question. Is Genesis still intact? What did he say? Like, my little stopover in prison didn't disrupt Genesis or whatever. Hey, we know what Genesis is now. They're not just planning on growing corn till everyone dies.
We grow corn.
I didn't even know how it would work. It just looked
to what end?
Yeah. We will demand government subsidization until we've crippled the I don't know, man. I don't know what they were doing. I think our best guess was diabetes early on.
Yeah. So this week on CWDC, heroes and their dick brothers.
Yeah, seriously. But they did finally reference the Carly and Andy Jr., the long forgotten storyline.
They did, and he was like, "I left that blah 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 behind.
That was my family
part
now.
of my past life." And blah. Okay, all right. What was weird though was like when Diggle corners Andy. He's like, "You hold it right there, you son of a bitch." I was like, "You guys have the same mom."
Yeah. I thought Andy was about to turn around and say, "Did you hear what you just said?" Yeah. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Apparently, just there was a joke there, but I guess it wasn't time.
I feel like it should have been time. Like, I feel like if I'd been writing this, he would have said it. If Joss Whedon had been writing it, he would have done it.
Oh, done. Over and done. I wouldn't have been able to help myself. If it was a bad decision, it's a bad decision, but I would not have been able to stop myself. I know that.
Yeah.
Or even you stop right there, you bastard. You know our dad.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question, though. Andy dying, which, great. I mean, there was some play to him when I thought he was going to be part of the team. I was kind of down for a second when they started doing the whole betrayal thing. I was already done with him. So great. John puts him down. I actually like the phrase that he phrased it, putting him down. That's how I was thinking of it before he said it. Thought that was exactly on point. But did he actually reach for the gun? Did he just lie to Lilah?
I didn't see him reach for the gun.
Because I went back and looked, and I didn't really see him reach for the gun. It sounded like he just convinced him so and it was, don't get me wrong, it was a great point. If you're trying to piss somebody off, you'll kill for some family in another country you've never heard of, but you don't have the strength to do it for your own. And yeah, man, I can see him getting so pissed he just pulls the trigger.
I think that's what
can't
happened.
stop
I think
himself.
He did. I think he did Lilah to Lilah.
Yeah, that's what I was
I think
wondering. Do we have that hanging out there in the wind that he's not going to tell her the whole truth?
I think he just got so angry that he killed him. I don't remember seeing Andy grab for it.
I mean, I went back and looked, but if there was a movement somewhere, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, there might have been a movement that I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad Andy's dead, though. I'm good with it.
Yeah, it's kind of worth it. It was time for him to go. I mean, his story was over. Yeah. That was the most interesting thing they could have done with him, is have John kill him. So that was a good job.
I love that Leon U and Star City are both places of nexus. I like that term. I like that phrase.
Yeah,
place of nexus. That's fun.
Do you have any idea? I couldn't find it, and I didn't have enough time to get really in depth. But yeah, cursorily, I couldn't find it. Who the immortal shaman is?
No.
There are probably better Constantine fans than us that can answer that. More knowledgeable folk that can answer that. But yeah, I couldn't figure out who she was. But she's kind of mad Constantine still owes her money.
Yeah. I
love that she has a wonderful line too. She's trying to teach him, I'm going to give you like a little bit of Dark's energy and all that, and hit you with a light dose and all that. And Felicity kind of pops in. It's like, I thought, when there were lessons, there'd be more like lessons, not just kind of doing. And her response, primordial is pre-linguistic. Mm-hmm. On point. Good job.
Yeah. I liked all of the training sequence. I liked all of that.
Yeah. You get to see Deathstroke, like a mock-up of him for half a second again.
Yeah, that was fun.
And really, if you'd never watched another episode, I think you pretty much caught up on the show after that little look inside his head, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But something I was confused about is like one of the basic premises of the show is that he's dark. He's a dark character after he left the island, and then part of the fun is, hey, how did you get that dark? All that stuff. But man, apparently, if he had completed his training that day, like the show would have been just fundamentally different from that day on. Mm-hmm. And as you pointed out, he does get it right, at least enough not to get whatever the hand of death thing is Dark does. He apparently gets it right enough to get that going. So to me, in a way, the show is fundamentally different after just that scene. But were you also hoping? I don't know. It can't be just me. But Felicity's with him. She obviously needed to be with him to kind of be the voice of reason, the voice of hope. That's always why she's with him.
I thought she was going to be the one that had to learn the magic.
Thank you. Okay.
Bethany
I thought for
that
sure
too.
They were going to go back in that room and Oliver was just going to say, try her. And then I thought we were going to get like a Hermione thing going on. That was going to be awesome. Felicity Smoke, sorceress.
Yeah, I think you just spoiled Harry Potter for me, but...
There are people in the books that can do magic.
Oh.
I mean, I hate to spoil that for you. And there's a bad guy, and the good guys eventually win, mostly. So, There you go. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no. Yeah. Sorry, I'm glancing around, and I don't think she's in the comics. I'm not finding a counterpart here.
That's pretty much what I did. Glanced around, couldn't find anything. Thought, hey, we'll ask around. So I'm asking around. If anybody knows who she is or has a great idea, I'd love to know.
Yeah, so Ezra Fortuna, or Fortuna, whatever her name was. Can't find her, so.
Yeah.
Except on the Arrow Wiki.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, like, me and Bethany both thought that it was going to be, like, Felicity having to, like, I'm going to have to learn the magic and face down Dark.
I was up for it, too, man. God, I was up for it.
I was, too. I thought that's what they were going for.
Felicity doesn't need a damn power. She has obviously been kind of a badass the entire show, so it's not, she's stronger than most of them put together, frankly. But man, having a little power too, that'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. Like working back at the office and doing the computers and being the coordinator and Overwatch and all that. That's phenomenal. But seeing her in the field actually kicking some ass would be a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Like you remember the scene earlier? Was it earlier? How early this season when they get attacked by don't they get attacked by Double Down and she actually like pulls out an AK?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But yeah, I like the idea that if the darkness outweighs the light in the person, it will make Dark stronger. I thought that was an interesting way to prove to, like, my initial reaction was like, oh, this will prove to Ollie that he isn't so bad. And then for a second I was just like, oh man, they're totally going to make it Felicity. And then it was Oliver anyway, but yeah. Whatever. So, okay. I also love the tattoo Constantine gave him does many things. I can't wait to see what else it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Thanks, episode 5.
I have a question of practicality.
Uh-huh.
So Alex takes drugs Thea and takes her to Genesis, right? Why is Thea still dating Alex when he's working for her arch nemesis?
I don't know. I mean,
that just seems patently stupid, right? I mean, they knew that they were giving the followers drugs to make them unwitting slaves.
Yeah.
Why would they not do that to Alex?
I don't know. They haven't
understand.
fully explained what's going on with Alex in general. Like, I remember watching the last episode thinking, wait, is Alex working? Is he in on this? I'm confused. And
the episode before this one, I think they were like, oh, yeah, he joined Ruve Adams, or a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, and I've been trying to figure out if he has an angle. He's only showing up for a second or two, and I'm torn because now I'd like to know more. But if you'd asked me before, I wanted him to have pretty minimal screen time because I don't really care about him too much. Mm-hmm. I rarely care about who Thea's dating. This is not an exception.
Right.
But apparently she
I
gets
feel like it was
hive drugged and wakes up in the magical dome that's apparently not going to get exploded when the world starts over.
Right. It looked like it was just below the surface too, so I don't know how that works, but whatever. I can roll with it, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea that she's still dating Alex. Like that. Like he's working for your enemy, the wife of the guy who just killed your best friend.
He's just a hired gun.
One of your best friends.
I mean, not even an actual hired gun. I shouldn't say that on this show. There's too many assassins. But he's just a campaign manager. Actually, no. He was hired as a campaign manager? I mean, that was his job for Oliver, and she's won. So maybe he's not working for Ruby anymore. I mean, there's nothing to manage.
No, he is. He is.
Then why? There's no campaign to manage.
He's on her staff or cabinet or some crap. She gave him the vitamins.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I loved watching Thea figure this out, though. The thing with the chirps and the barks was pretty fun.
I guess. This is my least favorite part of the episode, honestly.
Well, and it's going to end up being... Yeah, it's going to end up being probably my least favorite subplot going on right now. Because, again, we don't know what's going on with Alex. I don't know where he's coming from. I don't know what he's doing. All I know is, at this point, he would like to take the blue pill and stay in the Matrix. Is it the blue pill? I can't remember anymore.
It was a yellow pill.
It was a red and a blue pill.
Oh, in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a red and blue pill. Yeah.
Anyway, whichever pill makes you stay in the Matrix. Apparently, he's doing that. Thea wants to go run from some guy. I don't know. It's weird. Hey, they've only got 3 episodes. Can't stay there too long. So.
Best exchange in the episode. Diggle says, Andy told me Genesis was coming. Felicity says, I don't think so. Phil Collins said they'd never tour again.
Yeah. That was good. That was really good. No, Diggle, Ramsey, man, he's done a great job in general with the show. But the way when he's talking to Oliver, he was never going to back off Oliver. I had to kill my baby brother. Like, good delivery. Mm-hmm. That cat's good. Oh, by the way, and I didn't realize how much I liked Lilah until this episode.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, she's always like she comes and goes, and back when we were doing the Suicide Squad stuff like last season, I enjoyed that. I always liked her on the missions, but in this episode,
she's always been rotely. She's all right.
Yeah,
that's what it's always been.
I've never had a problem with her, but she's never stood out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And this one, it seemed like she stood out somehow. Like
it did.
She's the one who figures out what the play is. Like, no, they're coming for me. All that kind of stuff. Like that clever girl.
Well, not only that, something about the way she said, "I'm not Amanda Waller. I'll give it up or whatever.
Right.
I'll give whoever up."
Right.
Like that struck me.
Yeah, I think that was the moment though where I realized, oh, no, I like her more than I thought I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe I like her haircut better than the previous haircut.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we always like someone more after they've been on The Flash.
That does seem to be the track record, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Think we may be fooling ourselves here.
Well, I don't know. We always like people more when they're on The Flash, not necessarily after they've been on The Flash.
No, there's like an afterglow period where we like them more, even still.
I don't think that happened for Thea. Like, I like that she made the Avengers 2 reference on The Flash, but
yeah, that was really good.
Anyway, that's all I've got, man. That's all I got for this episode.
I only have one more thing really, and it's just a wish. But there was a lot of Constantine talk in this episode, and that's what made me think of it. Mm-hmm. Those golden eyes.
The golden eyes, yeah, we did. We had a cool conversation about that last night in text form, and I didn't know what you were talking about. You just kept going, fate! And I was like, what's happening? What? Did I miss something?
Yeah, no. Every now and then, in some versions, like Dr. Fate's eyes kind of glow gold, right? I know,
Yeah,
like sometimes they're just dark holes, and sometimes they glow. But
yeah, and then you sent me a picture of Dr. Fate from like Smallville, and his eyes were red, and I'm like, well, I don't know what this is about.
Well, those were like golden eyes. They were yellow eyes.
No, man, they were red.
I could swear that was yellow eyes. Stupid tiny phone. But for, like, the Constantine thing's what reminded me of it. And I kept thinking, like, wait, golden eyes. I've seen that somewhere. Wait, I think Fate has golden eyes every now and then. And I don't know, man. I'm reaching, I'm stretching, I'm hoping, but that'd be neat. Because that was one of the things of all the lamenting we've done over Constantine being gone. There was a Fate helmet in there, dude.
I know there was a Fate helmet. We might get Fate. Who knows? We did get what appeared to be a flash forward to what's her name? Spanish Russian chick, as you call her.
Yeah.
In the flashbacks.
Yeah. With golden eyes.
With golden eyes that we haven't seen that yet, and we know that something's going to happen with her.
And hey, new record for this season. The first thing I'm looking forward to on the island so far.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think we didn't get any. That was the only flashback we got. So yay!
Yeah.
Didn't have to deal with that this episode. That alone made this the best episode of the season.
Right. We enjoyed the island when Constantine was there, and I've had this one reference is that's all else I've got for it. That's really it.
Yep.
I mean, somewhere now in the Arrow Flash universe now, and I hadn't really thought about it until I watched this episode. But yeah, that backwards writing on the wall, that's in play. Mm-hmm. The helmet, I forget there were other little artifacts hanging around the room. I can't remember how many.
Yeah, there was a ton of stuff.
Yeah. You could freeze frame and kind of glance around that room for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Well, I mean, hopefully we talked about this episode long enough and got everything, because I'm done on this episode.
Yep, me too.
I miss Echo Kellum.
Yeah, the only thing. Hadn't seen him in a couple. We got Felicity back, and we had to sacrifice Echo Kellum. It's not...
I miss Paul Blackthorne a little bit.
A little bit.
Captain Lance. By the way...
Assume he's in therapy somewhere.
He like, Paul Blackthorne posted a picture on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he is, like, super hot. I had no idea.
That's what I've been told.
Like, who told you this?
The fiance thought he was but she the actual version, like him in real life, the British guy was apparently got a real suave, comes across really well.
Oh well, yeah, there's that. But I mean, like, dude was like in a tight T-shirt and had some like bulging muscles and veins and shit. Like
they always have him in suits here. I've never noticed.
Yeah,
I think there was one episode where he had a T-shirt on and he's holding his coffee mug like he always is, and I realized, he's actually got arms, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got arms, buddy. He's got arms. I am a straight man, but oh my goodness, I got the vapors.
Oh yeah, of course. You'll use any excuse to say you got the vapors.
A little bit, sometimes.
I've seen you reach much farther to say I got the vapors.
Oh. I was like a lady in church looking around for my fan. Mm-hmm. Where's my fan?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm done. Thank you guys for listening to DC On Screen. You can find every episode on DCOnScreen.com. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever pods are caught. We are proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Check out the other awesome shows on the network, including our sister show, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Podcast, hosted by our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall. On our next episode, we will be reviewing Legends of Tomorrow 114, River of Time. Until then, keep some DC on your screen.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.